They have been here quite a hot minute. It is day 43 in the Big Brother Cartoon Network house. And the house guests are coming to terms that they are the final 8 and they have made it halfway through the game. Their time in the house is becoming limited. With Knuckles and Double D both being evicted, I feel like this is when Eddie goes into game and high alert mode. Them getting rid of Double D is like pulling the pin on a grenade. And not only is Eddie mad, which I do think he might be able to conceal a little bit, but he also might throw some crazy like shade. Mordecai was evicted, Double D was evicted, and this leaves Rigby and Eddie. I feel like they would come to bonding terms. Eddie furrowed his brows as he lined up his shot on the dartboard, the tension evident in his posture. And I won't even lie, I don't blame him for being mad. Like, can you believe they booted Double D out like that? It's just not right, man. Double D was kind of like unexpectedly outed from the house. Rigby nodded as he threw his dart. I hear you, Eddie. It sucks big time, but hey, what can we do? It's not like we can just storm into the diary room and demand justice. Cause Rigby, he lost Mordecai a minute ago. They both lost their person in a double. Yeah, I know, Eddie muttered. He's so mad he can't get hype right now. He has to keep his composure a little bit. He don't know who's gonna be in power. And he missed his dart shot. That's hilarious. But still, it's not fair. Double D didn't deserve to go out like that. He's putting big respects on the homie Double D. I respect that. You gotta play it cool, Eddie. We can't let them see how ticked off we are, especially with the whole Girl Alliance thing going on. Oh, alright. So they're not even like speculating. They kind of know. And Eddie, he hates the fact there's a Girl Alliance. Yeah, I've heard the whispers, but mark my words, Rigby, we're not out of this game yet. We'll find a way to shake things up and turn the tables on them. Eddie sighed. He threw that dart hella hard. You know who I'd love to see hit the road next? Mandy. She's been pulling the strings behind the scenes and it's getting old real fast. Alright, so Eddie and Mandy used to actually be close, but I think with Double D gone, Eddie does not feel safe in the house anymore. And I don't think Rigby likes Mandy anyway, especially with the Mordecai treatment. She's been acting all high and mighty like she's running the show. It's time someone knocked her off her pedestal. And what about number 5? Sure, she's been laying low, but that doesn't mean she's innocent. I've got a feeling she's playing us all for fools. I don't like it one bit. Oh, so Eddie just targeting to target. She's all smiles and giggles on the surface, but I've seen the way she operates. She's sneaky and I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. Yeah, she's definitely got some tricks. We'll have to keep a close eye on her if we want to stay one step ahead, bro. It's Dee Dee. You walk and you already one step ahead. And Panini, Eddie added. She's been stirring up drama left and right. Eddie, you playing the game with your eyes closed? Panini, yeah, she's kind of the reason that Dee Dee started off mad, but Dee Dee's staying mad. And that's where, I don't know, she gotta go if we want a peace around here. You said it, Ed. We'll have to strategize carefully. We want to take down these girls one by one, but mark my words, we'll get them out here and reclaim our rightful spots at the top. Oh, so we might be looking at a little Final 2 deal. So as Finn and number 5 works out in the gym, I do believe there is a discussion to be heard. Alright, they just got done working out. Finn leaned against the bench, his mind wandering to more pressing matters. Hey, number 5, can I ask you something? I've been thinking, with the way we've been dominating these challenges, do you ever worry that we might have a target on our backs? And, her expression is thoughtful as she does, listen to his words. She is, kind of very with the Girls Alliance. But she said, she does think about it. She's like, yeah, I guess it's possible. But hey, we're a dynamic duo, right? Oh my god, number 5, you talking that bull. You never once thought of Finn. Well, her and Finn do hang out just because they have a lot of attributes and common things together, but even though number 5 has kind of been subconsciously his friend, I don't think she's been meaning to. So I think this whole sense right here is like a nothing burger, has no weight to it. And then Finn's dumbass, that's the spirit. We'll just have to stay sharp and keep bro, this isn't a Hallmark movie. Number 5 grinned back, yeah, I bet. So Finn, I was HOH once, and if you were in my shoes as HOH possibly, who would you nominate? She's boldly asking these questions. These are questions you cannot ask in Big Brother, especially the first 3-4 weeks, because this question right here will get you targeted right off the back, unless you're the HOH asking this. Finn obviously shifted uncomfortably. He knew this conversation was inevitable, but that didn't make it any easier. It's not really my place to say, you see. I mean, I guess I'd have to say maybe Mandy and Panini. Oh, Finn, you're being dumb, bruh. You're telling number 5, who could possibly be the next HOH, that you would nominate both Mandy and Panini. Panini's kind of been outcasted from the girls. Like, Mandy has been trying to, like, repair that shit. Get Dee Dee to calm her ass down. Interesting choices, she remarked. Well, thanks for being honest with me. Oh, Finn, you just fumbled the entire game, bruh. Alright, Chowder and Panini the entire time were just chilling, talking in the living room, but we're gonna see them go to the kitchen as Chowder gets hungry. And Panini, she's like, you know, Chowder, I've been thinking maybe I should try to make amends with Dee Dee. Chowder paused, like he's surprised, a bag of flour in his hand, and looked at Panini. Why's that? You know, he's curious. Well, things have been tense between us lately, and I don't like having bad blood with anyone in the house. Plus, it might be nice to have another ally. She a little delusional, but she could probably sneak her way into the girls' alliance. Save Chowder for Final 5, or maybe try to get them somewhere. Yeah, I get that Dee Dee can be a handful sometimes, but I think she means well. And then Chowder's eyes light up with excitement. His fat ass says, hey, why don't we bake some cookies? It'll be a fun way to break the ice with Dee Dee, bro. You about eat like 3 dozens and leave them 4. Bouncing with enthusiasm. Yeah, I bet. And Panini, she's hyped. She said, that's a great idea, Chowder. Let's do it. And then we finally see Mandy getting some fresh air and Dee Dee yapping her ear off. So, Mandy, what's your favorite color? Dee Dee asked, casually, a mischievous glint in her eye. Mandy considered for a moment. She's like, green. I've always been drawn to earthy tones. Mandy, what are you doing right now? You high? Someone passed you grass? In the diary room? Help. Dee Dee wrinkled her nose. Green, huh? I don't really like green. You know what else I don't like? Mandy raised an eyebrow. What's that? Panini. She's always acting high and mighty, but she's nothing but a stinky, selfish jerk. Mandy listened quietly. She shut her ass on. She's like, oh, why's that? Remember when Dexter needed help? And Panini just stood there and did nothing. She didn't lift a finger to help him, even though she could have made a difference. I see what you mean. It's frustrating when people don't step up to help each other out. Exactly. It's like we're all in this together and we should be helping each other, not just looking out for ourselves. Mandy once again raised her eyebrows. Dee Dee continues on her tirade before she finally says, Dee Dee, guess what? Dee Dee paused, taken back by Mandy's sudden shift in demeanor. What? She replied. Clam the fuck up. Dee Dee's eyes widened in surprise at Mandy's blunt response, her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. With another word, she pushed her chair back abruptly, stormed out of the room. Yeah, Dee Dee mad as hell. She's already having a bad time. She's always angry. As Dee Dee stormed down the hallway, her frustration boiling over, she spotted Panini standing nearby, a tray of freshly baked cookies in her hand. Without a second thought, Dee Dee shoved past her, causing Panini to stumble and the cookies to go flying, scattering across the floor. Panini let out a gasp. She said, hey, watch it. Dee Dee's voice rose in protest as she pointed an accusing finger at Panini. That's your fault, you know, she retorted, her tone sharp with frustration. Matter of fact, help, producer, she's attacking me. Panini's eyes widened in disbelief at Dee Dee's accusation, her own frustration mounting as she struggled to find the right words to prevent herself. And then the producers made them split up, both on the opposite sides of the house. Y'all can talk to each other if you want in 10 minutes, but until then, calm down. And now I feel like the other house guests are like, whoa, what's going on? The producers just came here. There's looking good cookies on the floor. Who did that? I'm mad. So I feel like number 5 would probably come over here to get the tea. And Finn probably just follows suit. But I'm going to say Eddie and Rigby probably come over here and they probably get the rundown of their own way. And Eddie's like, you know, it's about time that we stop this nonsense. I don't care who goes, but someone needs to go. Y'all either got to stop arguing or get evicted because, you know, this ain't working. Rigby, you know, he's probably tired of it as well. He just wants to chill. But at the same time, I feel like he's gonna be quiet because all of this commotion, everyone doing this, lets him be in the background and potentially not get targeted. Because he was on the chopping block for a while, almost the entire time. So if he can get off of it, please. And of course, Dee Dee tells her own version of the story. She's like, I was just walking down the hall and Panini had a hot tray of cookies, and so she tried to burn me. She pressed the tray against my skin, and obviously I naturally reacted and my arm just swung and flung the cookies. I didn't mean to. I tried to apologize, but she got angry with me. And number 5's like, damn, Mandy's like, I know that didn't happen. You know, she's thinking that in her head, but then she's like, Dee Dee, I can't believe she did that to you. Finn can't believe it either. He's very surprised. And I think with that, it is probably the time that they go to bed. Everyone is in like their own little corner with who they can trust, barely. But as it turns to day 44, it is time to introduce a new HOH. Alright, Dee Dee, since you were the last HOH, you cannot compete in this HOH challenge. This HOH challenge is called Micro Brews. Stack tiny micro cans with huge tweezers in a tower formation. These things are super light, so even the lightest breath through a clogged nostril will knock that shit over. If you've seen this HOH challenge, you know how not easy it is. Now, since everyone is starting off on a blank slate, I'm just gonna have them all in order like this. Some of them do have more shaky hands than others, but I also feel like since she's a cook, she'd probably be decent at this. I feel like number 5 would have steady hands. Ed builds a lot of contraptions, and Rigby, he's a raccoon. He has like them little grabby fingers. But if I had to choose like 2 people that would like make their cans fall over and they had to restart, putting them at the bottom of like who's most likely to win, at the beginning, it probably is Chowder. And you know what? I am gonna say Rigby. He probably does accidentally like breathe a little too hard, tries to sigh, knocks it over. He's mad. People getting nervous. Everyone that, you know, hasn't knocked over have their first line done. They're starting on their second line. And I just feel like number 5 would somehow accidentally just drop her can. Mandy probably looks over. When she looks over, it's just a little whoosh of air. Bam, there goes her cans. I'm sorry, Chowder. I just feel like you would be terrible at this challenge. Your cans knock over again. Followed by Eddie and Mandy once again. Mandy probably getting really angry. Some of them have to be like on a step stool or something. Rigby once again, I feel like drops his can. Finn starting on his final row, but you know what happened. Every time someone gets like super close, they don't know how to distribute the weight, and then bam, falls over. Chowder, once again, your cans knock over. Your hands trembling. I know you breathe heavily. You for sure breathe heavily. Panini gets really close, just like Finn did, and I think she only has 3 cans left, but it doesn't matter. Her tweezers accidentally hit the stack. Doesn't knock all of it off, but it does knock like everything that's not the first row off, which probably puts her here. Rigby did it like kind of fast and impressive, but that does unfortunately leave him to like his cans falling. And as the camera like suspensefully pans between number 5 and Eddie, both of them just need like 4 more, then 3 more, 2 more, but then it does the Big Brother style editing where number 5 knocks off her cans. Congratulations, this week's HOH, Eddie, having all the power, the reign. You get to choose which 2 people to nominate, and I feel like there's automatically people shaking in their boots. As Eddie starts his conversations as the new HOH, I feel like this is when Finn and number 5 both make their way to the diary room. Finn, you are one out of the 2 people who were voted by YouTube and accumulated the most votes to be in a secret task. It could be either very rewarding or very not good for your game at all. You and another person have been voted on a task where there is a secret. You and the other secret person voted by YouTube have to search the house for a secret spotlight veto. Now, when you find this veto, all it does is guarantee that if you are nominated, you will be given a spotlight veto along with the regular veto won by a competing player. However, whoever doesn't find the spotlight veto must do something that could hurt their game. Not only can you not play in Veto, but in front of everyone, you have to say that you have been disqualified from playing Veto, and you have to choose someone else, directly your choice, in front of everyone to also not play in Veto. This could very well hurt your chances among like relationships and friendships. In the HOH room, Rigby and Eddie dab each other up, their spirits high. Eddie's recent victory is the new HOH, mischievous grin on his face. Rigby leaned in, eager to impart some of his signature flair to his friend. Alright Eddie, listen up. If you really want to own this HOH gig, you gotta master the art of whoa. Bro, this is the thing him and Mordecai does. The what now? It's simple, dude. Just let out a big dramatic... Bro, I ain't reading that, but I love his, like, hype crunk energy. I wish I was there with him. When you're feeling hyped or want to make an entrance, trust me, it's a game changer. Oh, shut up, Rigby. That's not a game changer. Eddie took a deep breath and followed Rigby's lead, belting out his own enthusiastic whoa with gusto. Oh, that'd be so fire for Eddie to do that. Not bad, Eddie. Not bad at all. Looks like you're ready to rule this house in style. So Rigby automatically knows he's safe. We got Finn in number 5 just trying to search the house for that Veto. Now, I feel like when Eddie and Finn talk, it's gonna be a little odd because they haven't, like, targeted each other at all. But they also haven't, like, befriended each other. And Eddie's like, look, Finn, I think we both know there's a girls' alliance going in on the house. And Finn obviously automatically likes where this is going because you heard who he wanted to nominate earlier. He's like, I can't tell you who yet, but just trust me, Finn, you are not going to be a nominee. And Finn is happy that, you know, he has good, like, trust and faith with Eddie. But at the same time, he kind of wants to be put up so he has his Veto. He wants to make, like, a 2 Veto thing happen. He isn't here just to be friends. He also wants to do a flashy game. That's what Jake told him to do, and that's what he wants to do. But he's just happy regardless that, you know, his name is apparently not out there. Now, Eddie's the type of dude to talk to everyone individually. Hey, Chowder, Eddie began, his tone gentle yet reassuring. You seem a little worried there. Everything okay? I mean, Chowder going into the HOH room probably would be a little, like, worrying. Oh, hey, Eddie. I guess I'm just thinking about the nominations and stuff. It's kind of nerve-wracking, you know, because he is in the last pair of the house. Eddie nodded understandingly, placing a reassuring hand on Chowder's shoulder. I get it, buddy. Being HOH means making some tough choices, but trust me, you're gonna do great. No problem, Chow. You're a good person. I know you've got what it takes to navigate this game, but try to remember, as HOH, I've got to nominate someone, but that doesn't mean it's a reflection on you personally. So I think this might be Eddie kind of hinting he's gonna put up Panini and possibly Chowder. And of course, I feel like, you know, it's Panini's turn to talk to him. Chowder's like, hey, bro, you might want to talk some crazy game in there because he's nominating us crazy. Alright, as Panini enters the room, gets comfortable, she's like, look, Eddie, I just want to say that I would really prefer not to be nominated this week. I've been trying to play a loyal game and I hope you can see that. Eddie nodded, acknowledging her words. However, before she could continue, he raised a hand, interrupting her gently but firmly. Panini, look, I hear what you're saying, bruh, but you've gotta understand, as HOH, I gotta make some tough calls. It's nothing personal, it's just the way the game works, and I'm a player, you feel me? I play. I get that, Eddie, but I've been loyal to you and an alliance. What alliance are you in with Eddie? What? I just don't want to end up on the block, you know? I appreciate your loyalty, I really do, but at the end of the day, you want me to be for real? Want me to be dead ass, no cap? It's you versus Dee Dee. What happens next isn't solely on me. I gotta make choices, you see. I ain't a mook. I know what I want, and that's for people to kiss my hand like I'm the Don. Panini's eyes widen as Eddie talks crazy off the perk. Well, you certainly got away with words, Eddie. You know it, Panini, so let's just see how the chips fall, and hey, no hard feelings, okay? It's all part of the game. Damn, she probably left that room with negative confidence. Like, she walked out of there with less confidence than she had walking in. Alright, number 5 knows that she should really talk game to the HOH regardless of who it is. And number 5 also knows that her and Eddie personally hasn't really had any, like, conflictions or anything. So she has like almost a blank canvas. Number 5, walk into the room, her thoughts speaking for themselves. Well, now that you're an HOH, I just wanted to touch base with you and see what your head's at for nomination. This is a horrible pickup line. That just means you're only interested because he's HOH. That's crazy. Eddie leaning back in his chair. Fair enough. I'm still weighing my options, but I gotta ask. You're part of a group, right? The one with numbers? She chuckled and she said, yep, that's right. I'm number 5. So if you're number 5, who's number 1, 3, and 4? Because I already met Blueberry. He's gone out of the house. I took his key. Who's the other 1, 3, and 4? Well, let's just say they're allies of mine, but their identities are under lock and key for now. Mandy knows who they are. I've seen that crossover episode. Don't think I haven't. That's why Mandy and number 5 are chill. Don't think I don't know the lore. Fair enough, gotta keep that mystery alive. But hey, just know that I got your back, Eddie. Whatever you decide for nominees, I'm on board. She's talking to Finn and Eddie in this, along with being in a girls' alliance. She either got this game down or someone might notice. Mandy finally, taking her turn at the HOH batter-up spot. Eddie, hesitate for a moment, but, he decided to ask Mandy anyway. I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on who I should nominate this week. Mandy lips quirked in a small smirk, a hint of amusement dancing in her eyes. Oh, Eddie, you know the drill by now. I've got my finger on the pulse of this house, and I already know who you're planning to nominate. You do? He asked, surprised. And Mandy nodded, her smirk widened even more. As long as you continue to play it safe for me, I really don't care who you put on the block. I'll vote however you want me to. I've got that loyalty. I'll stand by it till the end. Thank you, Eddie, and goodbye. With that, Mandy rose from the bed, went out the HOH room, leaving Eddie flabbergasted. She's like, long as not me, I don't care, and I don't care to hear about it. In which Eddie, obviously leaving her for last for a reason. I feel like Eddie hates Double D in this. How he probably pissed at Double D. Or not Double D, Dee Dee. He's having flashbacks about Double D. That's how pissed off he is. As soon as she enters the room, he's like, bro, if you don't get your hockey stick ass out of here, like, he's not interested. There's no reason to talk to him. Don't even go in his room. Like, you just clapped his best friend. Pause. It is day 45, and as the HOH Eddie, you have had the time needed and the thoughts and discussions. You must now nominate 2 people for eviction. And Eddie's like, I talked to you guys. I'm pretty sure almost everyone, if not everyone in the house, already know who I'm gonna nominate. First person I have decided to nominate is obviously Dee Dee. Way too many arguments in the house. You cause nothing but drama. You've woken me up from my sleep by screaming 3 times already. I'm trying to nap, please. And also kind of for the same reasons, but not as bad, I have also decided to nominate Panini. Both of you tomorrow will have a chance to save yourself with Veto. In which on day 46, we see the house guests all lined up, sitting down, ready for, Chris to announce the beginning of Veto. But what they don't know is when he appears on TV, he actually has some special news. House guests, one of you have failed a secret task you were given. And immediately everyone's looking at each other like, oh, who's the bozo? And because of that, your punishment is due. And the due punishment is not only can you not play in Veto, but you must publicly choose someone else who cannot play in Veto as well. And number 5, she kind of kicks dirt on her way to pick someone, a little bit embarrassed, but she's like, guys, this is something I have to do. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to, but I do kind of like Dee Dee and Panini. Personally, I would like to see them both stay in the house. I think the best choice for me to give them a chance is Rigby, I gotta take you down. Which means we have our 6 playing in Veto, Mandy, Panini, and Dee Dee, along with Chowder, Finn, and Eddie. And today's Veto is Laser Maze. Navigate through a series of lasers while guiding an object to the finish. So this might sound easy on paper, but this is very hard because every time you get, touched by a laser, you gotta restart, gotta move the object back. Not only you trying to move your Gru looking body through the lasers, you gotta get the big object through it. And so I'm gonna say that there is 5 different level laser obstacle courses, and it's increasing in difficulty. The last person to make across each one is eliminated from the veto challenge, and this will happen until we have a winner. So just looking at everyone and their skill set, instead of focusing on like who makes it first and second and third, I think right now we all might know the immediate loser. We've seen the Crunkle like Christmas special of Chatter. We know he can't sneak. He's the first one eliminated, RIP. And if I had to give an order of how this went, this is probably how the first session went, from like first made it to last. Now, unfortunately for Didi, I do think she might get out next. She does have that whole ballerina balance thing, but at the end of the day, I just feel like she doesn't have like that maneuvering availability to her, especially with bigger objects. And if they were heavier, it's probably not her like forte either. And to just round it out, make it the easy final three, the people who need the veto the most are out of the challenge. It is up to Mandy, Finn, or Eddie. Now, Eddie would love to have complete control of the house because he knows if he wins HOH and veto, he can really get the Don treatment. All the respect is his, and he's out. Which means it is up to Mandy and Finn, both fighting for that power of veto. This means so much more to Finn than it does Mandy because it like amplifies it. But then he starts thinking, he's like, you know what? If I win the veto, that means I have to use it. And it would look not good for my game if I chose to save Panini or Didi. Not to mention, since they both like have been having arguments and he knows that both of them are gonna go to jury. And just thinking about this all, I feel like whoops, he stumbles just a little bit enough each time, essentially throwing the veto challenge to Mandy. Congratulations, you have the power. Spotlight veto in the trash. And when Mandy wins this power of veto, I think Panini is so sad. She's probably crying to Chowder all day, because she knows that Didi's about to get that BS treatment once again. And obviously, when that day 47 comes, Mandy is, already ready. She thought about being a little bit devious. Perhaps just not saving either, because they are kind of annoying to Mandy. But she's like, hold on now. I do need to get to the end. I do need to win. And so I do feel like Mandy does use the power of veto on Didi. Didi, you are no longer replacement nominee or nominee regular. Eddie, as HOH, please stand and make your replacement nominee choice. It cannot be Mandy and it cannot be Didi. And Eddie, he's a little upset about this because his replacement nominee probably was going to be Mandy, but now he can't. And he can't nominate Rigby, Finn. So it's either Chowder or number 5. And he's very conflicted with this choice, but I feel like at the end, his decision on the replacement nominee is Chowder. He says this makes sense as you guys are the last pair left. And if I gotta be honest, Chowder, we both know there's a girl alliance, and it sucks that Panini is the first one we gotta get out. But if we get Panini out, it's me, you, Finn, and Rigby. We can control this game. We can make Final Four, and we can make this happen. I don't care if number 5, Didi, and Mandy are listening right now. We can do this. And Mandy, she just kind of looks at Eddie a little curious, because she knows they're 3 girls. All she got to do is vote Chowder, and that's it. That's done. And so, matter of fact, on day 48, I think that's exactly what happens. Number 5 and Didi are secretly, trying to whisper and conspire in a room with Mandy, where she's basically like, you know what, that Eddie speech, I think that was a little bit of a test. A little bit of a testing the waters to see if I actually mean my word. I might have been a little too cocky and confident around him, so I think this is why he's doing this. But let's prove him wrong. Didi, I know this sucks for you. You're just gonna have to swallow your pride. Vote Chowder. Number 5, you as well. I trust you. You always got my back. Vote Chowder, please. Chowder's like way too friendly, like way too like cooking for everyone. He's like feeding people. This might be the only opportunity we get. So I think number 5 does pretend to like go to Finn to talk about it, but she doesn't want to bring that much game on herself. That is way too much like information to just be giving out on her own like blood. So she probably just works out with Rigby and Finn, low-key. Number 5 and Panini found themselves in a lively conversation about their favorite cartoon. They chuckled as, they talked about it and stuff, shared the episodes, mutual love for the characters, but just as they were discussing it, Dee Dee barged into the room with an air of self-importance, obviously doesn't like the fact that number 5 is talking to Panini. What are you two blabbering about? We're just talking about our favorite cartoon. Shooting a pointed glance at Dee Dee, Panini hates her, bruh. Ugh, figures you be into that kitty stuff. What are you talking about? You literally watch ponies all the time. You cried because you couldn't be a pony. I've seen that episode. Stop talking bull. I mean, look at you, Panini. You probably still watch cartoons in your pajamas. What? That's not even an insult. Watch it, Dee Dee. Just because you have no taste doesn't mean you can mock others for enjoying something harmless. Number 5 stepped in, trying to diffuse the tension. She doesn't even know why Dee Dee's starting this bull. Come on, Dee Dee, there's no need to be rude. We're just having a conversation. Calm down. Whatever, I've got better things to do. Bitch, you started this. What do you mean? Despite Dee Dee's attempt to spoil their conversation, Panini and number 5 continue to bond over their shared love for Cartoon Network cartoon, refusing to let her petty insults ruin their fun. Chowder couldn't shake off the feeling of guilt about Panini potentially being sent home. Rigby, I feel kind of bad about Panini. She's been cool to me, It's tough seeing her on the block. Rigby nodded, understanding, taking a bite of a snack. Yeah, I get what you mean, Chowder. Panini's alright. But hey, at the end of the day, it's a game, right? I guess so, but still, it sucks having to vote someone out, bro. You've been here for 40 days. Well, if you make those tacos again, trust me, I'll know who I'll be voting for. Them tacos are fire, bruh. Chowder couldn't help but chuckle at Rigby's lighthearted remark, grateful for the momentary distraction from the stress of the game. I'll make sure to whip up a batch before the next eviction. Eddie gathered Finn, Rigby, and Chowder into his room, a sense of urgency in the air. As they settled in, Eddie wasted no time getting down to business. Alright, listen up, fellas. We need to talk about this alliance. We're up against some serious competition with that Girls Alliance tomorrow. We can't just sit back and let them call the shots. Finn nodded. Yeah, we need to stick together. I know he likes number 5 the most, but I feel like he's definitely willing to, let her take 5th. That'd be ironic if number 5 got 5th. Yeah, we need to stick together if we want to stand a chance. Rigby scratched his head thoughtfully, considering Eddie's words. I'm in, but what's the plan? The plan is simple. We watch each other's backs. We vote together, we strategize together, we make sure none of us gets blindsided. Bro, where was this attitude when Double D was here? He could have been second in command on this troop shit. Chowder nodded eagerly. Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah, of course you are, bro. This means you're safe. You really think they about vote with you? Yeah, I'm down for that. We gotta stick together like glue. Oh, brother. And with that, I think that is when the lights shut off. Everyone finally gets to go to the resting place. And that means bed. They get to sleep. But it is intense nervousness in the air, as it is, unfortunately, day 49, which is the unfortunate day of eviction. Everyone, please gather in the living room. Alright, everyone, it is the sad time that someone is about to leave us. Chowder, Panini, as the nominees, you guys, along with the HOH, will not be able to vote. You each may have a final plea stand to say why you shouldn't leave the house. Chowder, you will start with your speech first. Chowder stood before his fellow house guests, his heart pounding with nervous energy as he prepared to deliver his speech. Taking a deep breath, he began with a warm smile, trying to convey in sincerity to everyone listening. Hey everyone, so I know we're all facing some tough decisions tonight, but I just wanted to take a moment to share why I think I deserve to stay. I've always tried to be a good friend to everyone here. I've continued to cook countless meals for all of us. From the biggest feasts to the simplest snacks, I believe that food has a special way of bringing people together, and I've always wanted to make sure everyone feels welcome and included. I've tried my best to be kind and considerate to each and every one of you, whether it's lending a listening ear or just sharing a laugh. I've always tried to spread positivity and joy in the house. And I know it's not much, but when I heard number 5 wasn't feeling well, I did make her some soup to feel better. I just want everyone to know that I care about each of you, and I will always be here to lend a helping hand whenever you need it. Alright, good speech, Chowder. You didn't campaign against Panini. That's respectable. Panini, It is now your turn to stand up and give your speech on why you shouldn't be evicted. Panini stood before her fellow house guests, her expression determined as she prepared to deliver her speech. Hey everyone, I know we're all in a tough spot tonight, but I just want to speak from the heart about why I believe I should stay in this house. Cause she wants this money, she wants to prove End Dive that she got it. I've always been someone you can count on to keep my word and true to my alliances. And let's be real here, folks. In this game, loyalty is everything. You need someone who's going to have your back through thick and thin, and that someone is me. I'm not going to beat around the bush here, Dee Dee. You're a snake in the grass. I'm not afraid to call you out on it, she said, shooting a sharp glare in Dee Dee's direction and flipping her off for good measure. You've been playing both sides since day one, and I'm not about to let that slide. And Mandy, I respect your hustle. I really do. But let's not kid ourselves. You're calling all the shots around here, and it's starting to rub some of us the wrong way. We need to level the playing field and shake things up, and I'm here to do just that. Look, I'm not here to make empty promises or play mind games. What you see is what you get with me. Keep me in this house and I'll stay true to my word. I'll be a loyal ally to those who have my back, and I'll always prioritize taking out the real threats in the game. So house guests, I urge you to consider your options carefully tonight. Keep someone who's going to shake things up and keep this game interesting. Keep someone who's not afraid to get their hands dirty. Keep me. And with that fire speech, she sits down as the house guests must now go in the diary room one at a time and make their vote and choice on who they would like to see evicted. Rigby is called first to the diary room, and I feel like he chooses to evict Panini. Finn, once more in the diary room. Not only does he want to keep Chowder around, but he also got gaslit into thanking Panini through Dee Dee's cookies. He has decided to evict Panini. Mandy, as her previous conversations before, she sees Panini a little bit differently now after her very threatening speech, but she also feels like it's just nothing words, and the other girls will agree. She has decided to vote to evict Chowder. Number 5 really feels odd voting this way now, especially after being targeted, but she doesn't want to seem like she's flipping on Mandy. So because of this, she's keeping true to their plan and she votes to evict Chowder. Dee Dee, as the last vote, she was told by her alliance to vote Chowder to keep the girls strong in this game. But that doesn't even make sense now, considering that Panini would go against them. So at the end of the day, it's not really a loss because the boys still have an ally, whether it's Chowder or Panini. So she might as well live in this house stress-free. She has decided to vote to evict Panini. Unfortunately, house guests, it is that time where Chris McClain has to announce the evicted house guest. By a close vote of 3-2, Panini, unfortunately, you have been evicted from the house. I know that sucks. You gave such an amazing speech and an amazing try. Mandy's now angry because she doesn't even have to guess who flipped. She knows it's Dee Dee. Panini says goodbye to Chowder. She has like all the hugs. She dabs up Rigby. She tells Finn good luck. She waves goodbye to, number 5. They both like mutually agree they aight. Mandy brushes off Panini and Panini didn't care anyway. Panini looks at Dee Dee, calls her a bitch ass donut, and then leaves the house with pride, having nothing to say to Eddie. And there it is, the end of this episode. I hope you guys liked this. It was filled with quite a bit of drama. We are now down to the final 7. The finale starts at final 4, which means we have 4 more episodes to go until we have a crowned winner. If you guys like this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. You guys are so amazing for watching this, and I dare every single one of you to have a good day.